Hey guys, Tripwire here with a new video. This is a new tag. And it's random facts. This is the person behind the games, or hashtag the person behind the games by SlapMikeGaming. Now, this is 10 random facts about me. So we'll start off with fact 1 is, as a lot of you will probably know, I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. I have a ridiculous collection, which I will put a picture on screen, which will be just up here. And yeah, it's about 2 shelves worth, and I love games. I mean, it wasn't until recently that I actually played the main, most famous ones, because I'm slack. I'd completed 1, 3 and Tactics Advance up until this year. So that collection was sort of acquired over the course of a few years, and I'd not even played most of them, so I'd put a lot of faith in the series before even playing them. I spent a lot of money on it. But it was April this year, I actually completed Final Fantasy 8, then 9, then 10, and then I think the same day that they announced the Final Fantasy 7 remake, I complete the original Final Fantasy 7. So that was well timed. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I just love everything about it. The music, the gameplay, the stories. It's just, I love it all. Fact number 2, I can eat an entire packet of Wotsits, or Cheetos, to you folks overseas, in under a minute. Random fact I know, but there's no rules to this, I suppose. Random fact number 3 is, I once broke a toilet seat with my face. It was New Year's Eve, and obviously drinking, as a lot of people do on New Year's Eve, and I'd been drinking Jaeger and Monster, or even my usual alcoholic beverage. For those curious how I drink that, it's not a Jaeger bomb. I basically have a pint glass, pour in about 3 shots of Jaeger, and then an entire can of Monster just poured in with it. So yeah, that's my drink. Yeah, I'd basically been drinking that most of the night, and then one of my friends decided it would be a good idea to do shots, and if it was Jaeger shots, that wouldn't have been a problem, but he wanted to do rum and then sours, which ended up me mixing drinks and needing to throw up. So I calmly made my way to the loo to go and throw up, and as I got there, I closed the door, went to lift up the seat, not the lid was already up, went to lift the seat. Once it got to a 45-degree angle, I passed out and just fell to the floor. When I came to, there was blood all over the seat, and I was like, where'd that come from? How peculiar. Cleaned it all up, thought nothing of it. Went to wash my hands, so I didn't need to be sick anymore. That feeling had gone now. I washed my hands, then looked up into the mirror and noticed my entire face was covered in blood. Yeah, I was baffled by that, so cleaned my face, and then noticed there's a gash on my forehead. So it's from about here, if I move my pen away, here, all the way down to about here. It's about 2 or 3 inches long. If it is any more zigzagged, I would be the Cornish version of Harry Potter. So yeah, that wouldn't be good. But yeah, it was quite bad. It was quite a deep wound, and I had to get it steri stripped because they didn't want to take me to hospital because everyone had been drinking. And yeah, I didn't feel anything. I was feeling completely fine. I was just laughing, thinking it was hilarious. And then I played a game of chess and won. So yeah, I must have been fine. I won at chess. I'm not great, but I can play just about. So yeah, that was random fact number 3. I broke a toilet with my face and won. Random fact number 4. I recently became an uncle for the 2nd time. So as well as having a nephew called Jack, who's 2 years old, I have a niece called Sophie, who's about a month old. And that's pretty awesome. Random fact number 5 is the most time I've spent playing any video game, not straight, just like total number of hours, is Pokemon Ruby. I think I clocked up over 350 hours on that. And the reason behind it was I had a friend in college who was playing it, and he convinced me to buy it. And we both finished the game, and we wanted to sort of play against each other. And rather than just linking our Game Boy Advances, we decided to play on the Pokemon Colosseum game, using our link cables and battling that way. So we raised 18 Pokemon each to levels 60 through to 80, and just used them. That's why it took quite a long time. Yeah, random fact number 6. I'd had long hair since 2003, or that's when I started growing it. It actually got down to my waist, and I cut it recently. Or almost at my waist. And so this is the shortest I've had it in quite a few years, and I love it. It's just so much easier to manage. Random fact number 7. There's quite a few of you that probably won't know who this is, but I've met Ross Noble, who's a English comedian from Newcastle, and I met him at one of his shows, and we were walking back to the car past one of the side entrances, or exits, whichever it was, and yeah, he came out and said hello, and I was like, oh, I was quite surprised by that. And this is back when my hair was probably a little bit shorter than it is now, and when I first started growing it, so for 2005, maybe a bit before then, 2004. Well, it was quite a few years ago anyway. Yeah, I got him to sign my DVD, which is awesome. He's a really nice guy. I'd highly recommend checking him out. He's hilarious. He's also in the horror film or horror comedy Stitches. He plays the undead clown that gets revenge, which is a brilliant film. Random fact number 8. I'm also a huge fan of The Crow. Now, I've got quite a few items of memorabilia for The Crow. I've got a couple of figures, a large 18-inch tall room alarm from about this. So from about my chest height up to the top of my head. And there's a funny story with that actually, because as you're probably aware, room alarms, you walk past them and the sensor goes off and it makes a noise. Well, I got up to go to the loo one night and walked across my room to my door and accidentally set it off because I forgot to turn it off that day. And the noise it made, which is this, scared the living shit out of me. As you can imagine, that was not a very nice experience. It would freak me out somewhat. But yeah, I've made sure I've had it turned off ever since, because that was horrible. Half asleep, walking across the room and then just hearing that, yeah, you don't know what's going on. Yeah, I love the movie. I wish they would leave it alone instead of remaking it. Make a sequel, that's fine. Reboot the franchise with a different character, that's fine. Leave the role of Eric Draven to Brandon Lee. He owned that role. He made that role his own. Yeah, there's no way they could improve on that film, to be honest, to my eyes. They had the perfect feel to it, the perfect atmosphere, the perfect setting, the perfect music, the perfect cast. It's just a perfect film. I won't hear anyone say anything bad about it. Random fact number 9. I am terrified of spiders. And I know a lot of people have that phobia as well, and I know a lot of people don't. And some people think they're cute and adorable, but they're not, they're evil. They're horrible. They do have their uses, yes, I know, they get rid of bugs and flies and all that crap. But they're just horrible, I hate them. They're just, the way they move, and it's just, the way they look and move is what does it. Especially when they're running fast, I just don't like that at all. Random fact number 10, final fact, is I have actually thrown a midget, or dwarf, or whichever's the term these days. I can keep up with all the PC stuff. Politically correct. I've thrown one. I will to explain. I was at Sonisphere Festival back in 2009 watching Linkin Park, the headliner. I think it was this Friday or Saturday night, the first night. And I was just enjoying the performance, and I got a tap on my knee. At which point I looked down and I saw a midget just pointing upwards, and I was like, oh, okay. So without thinking, I picked him up and then threw him into the crap. As soon as I picked him up and then just went, whoa, and threw him. He went quite far, and I didn't see him again after that. It's possible he could have just wanted to get up on my shoulders. I didn't even think of that at the time. I just picked him up and threw him. I thought, oh, he can crowd surf. I hope the little guy's alright, and I hope that's what he wanted. But yeah, I can safely say I've tossed a dwarf. There we go, get my English right. But yeah, so that's my 10 random facts about me. I will tag 3 random people now. No, I'll tag 3 people. First person is Aimiface Games. 10 random facts from you. Second person is Dzaran. And the third person can be... Let me have a think. RentAHero. The 3 of you have to do 10 random facts and hashtag the person behind the games. Right, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I shall see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!